And these are the issues we'll be looking at today. Joining me in this conversation today is a lecturer and senior administrative staff from Clifford University. I will introduce him to you when we return from this short break. But remember that you can join us on all our media platforms, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. You can also watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. We return after the short break. Do stay with us.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network, and of course we are here to provide solution to issues. And joining me in this conversation today is Dr. Okochi. He is a lecturer at Clifford University, Abia State. It's good to have you this beautiful afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Immaculata. Good afternoon, viewer. God bless you.
All right, the first story for today is from Akwa Ibom State. The Akwa Ibom State Police Command arrested a 40-year-old man in Yananka, Peter, for killing his 70-year-old mother, Ma Efyong Peter, in Ikpe Anang village. Another man, Asukwa Isaac, was arrested for killing his 18-year-old son, Iboro Isaac, due to a family misunderstanding. Both suspects will be charged to court after the completion of the investigation. Children killing their parents is alarming. So, parents are also killing children in the name of family misunderstanding. Dr. Okochi, what do you have to say about all of these issues? Is this frustration as a result of economic hardship, or is it a different perspective altogether?
What I will rather do, I appreciate the angle you're coming from, but I'm looking myself as assuming I am sitting as a counselor and I'm addressing our people. What are the proactive measures that I will recommend? The first thing is I'm looking at it from the biblical point of view first. You know, Jesus will say if a person you ventilate, it reduces the accumulated anger and it doesn't boil over to aggression.
Okay.
When issues come up in families, people leave it to fester. It becomes a wound and a sore. You see, that is part of the problem. Emma, this is an iPad. I touched your iPad, you didn't like it. But you didn't tell me. Hold yourself as someone who has value. Don't just become a...
Coach,
yes.
There is this popular saying that an hungry man is a hungry man.
Yes.
And then you see some families where things are going beautifully well. If something happened, like what you said, they can easily reach out to each other instead of accumulating it.
Yeah.
And then again, you see a family that is let me say, poor home that they barely have 2 square meals to eat. All right. Of course, I'm writing this part because you know about the story that a son killed father. I mean, father killed son because of food.
Yeah, that's true.
And then when something happened, they just feel that you are taking advantage of me because I don't have. You're taking advantage of me because I'm small. You're taking advantage of me because of all of this. You have just stated an instance from the Bible. And of course, we know that majority of these people are Christians. They go to church, they listen to, they hear the word of God. And of course, the Bible said that faith comes by hearing and hearing. And again, it means that for you to be able to walk on your anger is when people keep talking to you over and over again, telling you that this thing you're doing is not good. But in a situation, they don't have access to all of this. And of course, if you ask them, they will tell you it was a handwork of the devil. It is because of the hardship of Nigeria. It's because of the economic situation challenges. They keep attaching it to all of this. Do they really have all of
conscience? God gave us conscience so that even the people who don't have, the Bible says in Romans, even the people who don't have a law written in their hearts, like Israelites had the 10 commandments. Those people that didn't have the law, they have the law in their conscience. You know that this thing is wrong. You don't do it. You don't wait till there is a formal law that says thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not slap. Something inside you says somebody has angered me. I need to settle this thing. But people won't do it. So apart from not accepting or not practicing what they believe, they don't even follow their own conscience that says this is the right way to go. This is wrong. People know what is wrong and they still go ahead and do it. What about killing? What will I do? Kill someone and then I say the devil? No. You are even the devil yourself. You are part of the demons that are killing. So people should know what is right and do it. We need a safe society. People need safe landing. People need forgiveness. People need reconciliation. People need understanding. People need friendliness. This tension everywhere is not so good.
All right, to our viewers, we are now living in a country where parents kill their children without remorse, and children kill their parents as well. Is this as a result of end time that the Bible talked about, or is it as the result of the challenges we are facing in Nigeria, economic challenges that we are facing? What is the problem, and what do you think is the solution towards this, so that all of these menace will not continue? You can drop your comments on the comment box there. And then the next story for today. Dr. James Komgirinjo, a medical doctor and a medicine, the Monday at the GTA's clinic in Borno State, has been detained by the police since March 2024. He undercover fraudulent medical practices at the clinic and raises concern for the safety and welfare of the community. This led to his detention, which has triggered health issues, including a heart attack of his father, who recently passed away. The family is calling on the authorities, including the Borno State Governor, the Inspector General of Police, and the Nigerian Medical Association to intervene and secure Dr. Komgirinjo's release. It is quite unfortunate, Dr. Okochi. Now, it is stated here now, we are saying that Dr. Komgirinjo has been detained by the police since March 2024 after he uncovered fraudulent medical practices in the clinic where he is a medical doctor stroke team lead. And according to his brother, he was still in detention when the company served him, invited him to face the committee. And this was after they have suspended him from the hospital. A medical doctor working in a particular medical center saw something that is not good for the community people, that is dangerous to health, and talked about. And the government didn't come in to question the clinic or the hospital or the management. So all they could do was allowing the medical doctor to be put in detention, to be kept there since March. And now it has led to his father's death because the man couldn't bear it again. The reports have it here that he was a BP patient. And now the death of his son has triggered everything. This is a country that we are praying for a better Nigeria. And then something of this nature happens. The government couldn't come in. They're waiting for the family now to start calling on them to come and do something. And they couldn't ask what is the fraudulent activity that is going on here. Do you think all of this is done to silence the medical doctor? Because according to them, they didn't even reach his family. What is your take on this story?
Of course, you have hit the nail on the head. We have a justice system that is still crude, very primitive. You know, we have all kinds of atrocities going on in this country, and people just turn a blind eye to it. Just like you analyzed, don't we have a commissioner of health in that state, in Borno State? Dr. James Korinjo has been kept in detention, and that's illegal because they did not allow him to have bail.
The Holy Bible says that wisdom is profitable to direct. Do you think that Dr. James Okonjo did not apply the wisdom in place, or do you think he did it wrongly?
You know, you and I don't have those details fully to be able to analyze and then evaluate and then conclude. But we are looking at it from the surface, which is whatever it is he has done, he shouldn't be kept in detention. Bring him out, let's hear what happened. So that his father that is dead now, we don't hear his mother died joining, or his elder brother. People, those are the things. Then I was just going to say that it is this life of impunity, this attitude of impunity in our country. You know, the justice system is still criminal and still crude, We shouldn't be doing this. We need to refine our system where if somebody does what you think is wrong, he's treated purely as a suspect. He's already been treated as a criminal.
Well, we want to sound it again that Dr. James Okonjo is in detention, and now that the family has called on the federal government and also the Medical Practitioners Association to come into this matter, we hope that something will be done about this. We'll get to hear the right results after now.
Free.
And again, the hospital needs to be questioned because he is in a detention because he tried to reveal some fraudulent activities, not because he was doing this for selfish interest. He was actually trying to fight for the community people. So we hope that something will be done about this. And the next story is from Gombe State. 6 family members of Madalan Gombe Hamad Shegu died in a road crash on the Azaikum Gombe Road. Governor Mohamedou Yahaya expressed condolence, stating the loss is devastating. He attended the funeral prayers along with the Emir of Gombe and other offering prayers for the deceased. Their souls rest in peace. But Dr. Okochi is quite, that was last month, I suppose, that they buried one prominent family that the 3 were involved in, and that was a plane crash. What is the effect of families traveling in the same vehicle, and what is your advice to people out there? It is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing for families to travel in the same vehicle, right? Because of all the fun that they would definitely have. But at the same time, what is the danger behind this? Because, I mean, when we get to hear about 6 family members involved in this kind of crash, it's really disheartening and devastating. What's your take?
The solution is not to disperse families. It won't work. What of when schools go for excursion? What of when churches go for a program? We will always travel together. That one is just part of being a family. It's part of being a community. It's part of being a society. What we should be working on is what are the causes for fatalities on our roads? Is it the vehicles and the maintenance? Nobody will. You see, the problem is that nobody will tell us how it happened. They won't tell us whether there was a brake failure. They won't tell you whether it was a hydraulic issue. They won't tell you whether it was in the night and the headlamps weren't working. They won't tell you whether the tire burst. They will not tell us the real issues. Or you just hear that 6 died. They were buried. On that day, 4 died. 3 died. Nigerians are just dying and dying without anybody explaining. We need to get back. Is it the nature of the road? Are there potholes? Was it a bend blind? Is it that overspeeding? Something must happen. My people say that something happened before the eye got blind. The eye cannot just get blind like that when nothing happened.
And then
Something happened.
And then if it is overspeeding, because I've been in a vehicle
Overspeeding
where,
can be.
in a vehicle
Was the driver drunk? Was there a discussion? Was somebody holding a phone and driving? Those are the things. Was there a distraction? Was it an animal that crossed? Nobody knows. They will not tell us these things. And so we'll just be wrestling over this matter in the issue blindly, in the studio blindly. Somebody needs to explain to us, and then preventive measures. That is why in other climes they will set up an investigation. They will tell you the reason, and then they will tell you the preventive measures. But here, 6 will die today, 3 will die
Coach,
tomorrow.
what do you have to say about over speeding on the road? Because irrespective of how the road is, whether there is bomb, whether it was animal cross, whether whatever you just mentioned now, if one is not on speed, there is every tendency that lives could be served. So what do you say about overspeeding?
Well, overspeeding, nobody will always love that terminology. In fact, the mere fact that there is a prefix over already tells you is wrong. But since we do not even know the details, nobody has told us anything. Whatever we are saying here will just be speculation. I only plead with Nigerians, please be careful. It's better to arrive late than to arrive as delayed.
All right, it is better to arrive late than to die on the road. This is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. We'll just go on a very short break. Do stay with us.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network, and still in the studio with me is Dr. Okochi. And now the rest of our story. Vera Ayim, who was accused of lying during a testimony at Dunamis International Gospel Center in Abuja, where she claimed to have graduated with a BSc in law from the National Open University of Nigeria, has stated that she bears no grudge against the church following the incident which led to her being intercepted by the church senior pastor, Dr. Paul Eneche, and asked to leave the pulpit. IM met with Dr. Eneche's and his wife actually speak volume about Pastor Eneche's remorse, or is it unacceptable? Because a lot of online families, let me say online families, they took it personal. And even the person in question has told them, I have accepted his apology, let's move ahead. I just want to ask all this question. Okay, I think we should talk about this first. Let's talk about this. Do you think
I agree with you.
Do you think the apologies actually spoke volume, or is it unacceptable?
You see, on a very lighter mood, I want to appeal to everybody. This matter should go. The reason why the matter should go is very clear. Vera Ayim had been invited by the pastor, Pastor Paul Eneche, and the wife, and they have carried her as a daughter. So I don't want us to cry more than the bereaved.
And that is what the Bible says, flog a child with this other hand and draw with this other hand.
You see, there are two parables here. I don't want us to cry more than the bereaved. The bereaved, in quotes, are the people there. That's Paul Eneche and Vera. And they have reconciled. And then me, I want to swallow Panadol for somebody else's headache. And then that's number one parable. The other one is, let us not be more Catholic than the Pope.
Let us be, no, be more
let us not be more Catholic, than the Pope.
Oh, wow.
The real people who are the Catholics there, the Pope there is Eneche, the wife, and I am. That's very. They are the key players. They are the protagonists, as it were. I am an observer. I only read it online. Then I want to be more angry or angrier.
Now, this is
so Nigerians, please, I beg you, let's leave this matter.
This is what I said to
it's
someone.
ending well.
This is what I said to someone. The pastor in question got upset because you didn't tell me that you were a lawyer.
Pumped into this. You see, this thing didn't last long. It happened on Sunday, and then yes, it happened on Sunday. By Monday, it is being resolved. But a lot had gone under. A lot of water, like proverbially, had gone under the bridge. Here is the issue. Nigerians are saying we didn't see black and white. I am sorry.
I am sorry.
But they saw we regret any inconveniences, and they are like, no, that's not enough.
That's too constructive.
but that's by the way, because as long as pastor has embraced, and you can see the laughter, you can see the joy, you can see the reconciliation, and Vera is saying, leave my papa alone. I'll continue to go into his church. I'll continue to serve my God. It's okay. We're a family now. Me, I will not be more Catholic.
Okay, Dr. Okochi, let's look at our educational system.
I will not be. Yeah.
Let's
like I told you. I told you I'm going to come to all that. I'm going to come to all that.
Look at it, because how can you produce an engineer that does not even know where a screw is, does not even know what screw is? How can you produce an English teacher that does not know the difference between come and kin? How can you produce, I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing in Nigeria?
See, Emma, we need to separate between the low standards and low quality of education in our system. We need to separate that from using it as a basis for that embarrassment. Because, sincerely speaking, I am a pastor. Paul Eneche is accepting by now that he was hasty. He was hasty. You see, Pastor Paul Eneche's conclusion is that because of your diction, that is not sound, is not good, because you are not able to tell what kind of degree, you said BSc law instead of LLB. Paul Eneche, the pastor, concluded rashly and harshly and hastily, listen to me, rashly, harshly and hastily, that she didn't graduate. And that was nullified by the documents that were later posted. She graduated. Yes, she may be a poor quality student, but she graduated. Paul's concern was, this your way of speaking doesn't show you graduated, but she graduated. Now, the next thing is what you are pointing at. Who are the people we graduate? Well, National Open University of Nigeria, known, has graduated quality people, including the former president Olusegun Obasanjo. So it's not a big problem. Vera may have issues.
As long as this earth is concerned, and as long as you were born by a woman, no one is perfect. It's good that Pastor Paul Eneche recognize his mistake and also do the needful. So according to Vera I am still a member of Dunamis. Paul Eneche, for man of God. That's what you should know.
That's true.
All right, and the next story for today is on education. The latest data from UNESCO revealed that 20.2 million children in Nigeria are out of school, and 1 in 3 children in the country affected. These children often find themselves on the streets. Serve on April 12 serve as a reminder of their plight and needs for action to protect their rights and provide them with opportunities. Despite their challenges, street children demonstrate resilience and courage, relying on their resourcefulness to survive. Addressing the issues required a comprehensive approach that includes providing secure shelter, healthcare, education, and psychological support. By investing in these children, we are not only fulfilled our moral duty, but also contribute to the fair and more just society for all. Dr. Okochi, according to the report, suggests that Nigerians is home to 1 in 5 out-of-school children in the world. And then every child has a right to education. Every child merits a secure place to call home. Every kid deserves an opportunity to flourish in a supportive environment. But for millions of children throughout the world who ends up living on the streets and open to abuse, exploitation, and neglect, this is still only a pipe dream. And then I'm asking, what is the plight of these children?
You see, Emma, in the Bible, there are 4 categories of needy people that the Bible encourages us to be very careful in the way we treat them. The poor, the widows, the orphans, and the strangers. You see, each of these categories you will see helplessness and vulnerability. They are open to attack. A society should be judged not by the number of flyovers. Yes, a society should be judged not by the number of flyovers and skyscrapers. The vulnerable. Nigeria is angering God. Why
in your opinion?
I just told you what the Bible says. I say, in my opinion.
So how do you know it's just Nigeria?
No, I'm not saying just Nigeria. I'm saying let's start with Nigeria because that's why we are here. That's the point of reference.
So you know the mind of God now?
It's already revealed in the Bible. Where else do you want me to know the mind of God? Do I have to climb to heaven? He has already revealed it. See, the statistics we have is that 1 out of every 3 Nigerian children, one child out of 3 Nigerian children is out of school. That is not in school. That's the meaning of out of school. We can't run a system like that. And you say this God is smiling.
So how do you handle that? Do you still place that on the government or the people?
Where else will you place it? Where else will you place it? Who should take care of them? Me? I should take care of 20.3 million Nigerian children.
You take care of 1. So how many have you taken care of?
If I take care of 1, then the remaining 20 point something remaining.
If you take care of 1, the 1 can live.
No, that's not how others are doing it. See, Nigeria is not the only country. Let's not be proposing some methods that are not usable anywhere.
We are not saying that Nigeria is the only country, like you rightly stated. But we have, at least we know as of last year till now.
That's not what people are doing.
More than 6 state governments have tried to take these people off the streets. But majority of them will always say that this is where they get their daily bread from, so they can't live there. And I know a state that the government has actually made education free and fair. But the parents are like, they want their children to rather farm, to rather sell something and bring money for them, than to be in school and be wasted. Because according to them, majority of them go to school. If they fall sick, they will still have to take money from their pocket and treat them. So why don't we allow them to sell on the street and bring them money for feeding? So do you still blame it on the government or individuals?
Exactly the point. You see, you and I are making the same point, which is this. If a parent, if government pulls a child out of the street and the parent said, no, this child is valuable for me in this area. This will be the 1000th time I'm saying this. Nigeria needs reset. We don't have priority for our own people. We don't have priority for our people. You want me to keep repeating myself? The monies that are being spent wastefully in this country by SUV, by yacht, by private jet, and children lack food.
Dr. Okoche, before we go, I want you to.
They know, government knows what to do. Government does not want to do it.
Dr. Okoche, we also know that
when the crisis explodes,
the smallest unit we have. So if you don't start from the family, if you don't start from our homes, do you think that the government can do anything? I mean, if I say I have opened a school for your daughter, your children to be here, and the parent is saying, no, I don't want my child to be here.
Create an enabling environment for all Nigerian families, and you will see the miracle that will happen. We want water, not where there's no water and there's no child to fetch the water. There should be water running so that we don't have to ask our children to go fetch water. There should be food in this country. There should be road, there should be schools, there should be everything, there should be medical care, so that we don't have to look for children who we have to run. Develop Nigeria everywhere. And then let's find out where street children will come. Let's find out where terrorists will come. Let's find out where kidnappers will come. Let's find out where hunger will come. When you have developed every part of Nigeria and every part is shining. Provide amenities. It's very easy. We have the resources. We lack the will.
Okay, you've heard it yourself. My guest, Dr. Okochi, said we should make everywhere shine like Dubai. Shine like Nigeria, how Nigeria ought to be, so that we would take these children off the streets. I would not go to school. My child had to sell because government is on. A lot of persons are saying that the government is not doing anything, and now the government has provided free academy. Are you not aware that a particular country government has paid for WAEC for children, but the teachers took it upon themselves that the children will rather pay again in order for them to write WAEC? So as the result of that, majority did not write WAEC. Are you aware of that the government did something? So at this point, what will you say? And now those children that did not write WAEC, instead of them staying at home, because they do not have certificate to go and work, so there's every tendency that they will go to street to sell in order to be able to raise money to school. And they didn't even know that government has paid for this free and fair WAEC, if there is any word like that. And you are telling me that everything about government. Have you also talked to individuals? Have you also talked to parents and the teachers as well?
I agree with you. Corruption will kill this country unless we kill corruption. I agree with you. Corruption will kill this country unless we kill corruption. However, government has the constitutional powers to solve the problems, including those people. We have enough prisons to put those teachers and jail them. So the issue is, let us not stand in for this government. Government can do anything. That is why government is supreme.
And Dr. Okochi, we have enough
prisons
to put them, like you said.
Enough prisons
and
to
it
put
is
them.
stated that correction.
Just like this doctor we talked about. He found something that was